Welcome and welcome back to the channel where we dive deep into African stories that matter. This episode is a fascinating comparison between two remarkable African countries. Rwanda, often hailed as the cleanest country on the continent, and Nigeria, proudly bearing the title of the most populated. Both nations carry powerful narratives, but they are on very different trajectories. Rwanda with its pristine environment and efficient systems, and Nigeria with its massive human capital and vibrant economy. In this episode, we walk through their histories, economies, cultures, political systems, and so much more to help you understand how these two countries differ and what they can learn from each other. Before I continue, I'm Teresa and you're welcome and welcome back to this channel. If you are new here, consider subscribing. Don't forget to on post notification because that will notify you whenever we drop new content on this channel. Also, don't forget to like, comment, and share. So, Rwanda, located in East Central Africa, is a landlocked country known as the Land of a Thousand Hills, with a population of approximately 14 million. Rwanda is relatively small in both land area and population. Despite its tragic past, Rwanda has become a model of cleanliness, order, and post-conflict recovery. In contrast, Nigeria is the giant of Africa, located in West Africa and boasting a population of over 220 million people, making it the most populous country on the continent. Its land is rich, its people diverse, and its cultural impact felt far beyond its borders. Historically, both countries have seen periods of deep turmoil. Rwanda's rise to cleanliness didn't happen overnight. It was a result of deliberate government policies, public participation, and strong leadership. The introduction of monthly national cleanup days known as Umuganda, where every citizen must contribute to clean the environment, is just one of the many strategies that transformed the country. Streets in Kigali, the capital, are so clean they rival some European cities. Littering is a serious offense, plastic bags are banned. This sense of environmental consciousness is enforced by law but embraced by the people. On the other hand, Nigeria's massive population makes sanitation and cleanliness a major challenge. Cities like Lagos with over 20 million people face significant waste management issues. Infrastructure has not kept pace with urban growth and informal settlements have sprouted across the country. While Nigeria does have waste management authorities, corruption, poor funding, and lack of public discipline hinder efficiency. Yet, grassroots initiatives in places like Abuja and Port Harcourt are starting to create a culture of cleanliness, albeit at a much slower pace than Rwanda. When it comes to governance, Rwanda operates under a highly centralized system with President Paul Kagame often credited with transforming the nation through strict discipline and developmental leadership. Critics, however, argue that Kagame's government leans towards authoritarianism. Nigeria, by contrast, is a federal republic with 36 states and a more complex political landscape. With freedom comes chaos. Governance in Nigeria is decentralized, which gives more room for corruption and inefficiency, but also allows for diverse political voices and a stronger democratic spirit. Economically, Nigeria outpaces Rwanda by a large margin. With oil exports, a booming tech industry, and a large workforce, Nigeria's GDP is over $500 billion, the largest in Africa. Rwanda, while growing, has a much smaller economy, hovering around $13 billion. However, Rwanda consistently ranks higher in the World Bank's Doing Business Index due to its ease of registration, low corruption, and streamlined bureaucracy. Nigeria, despite its wealth, still struggles with policy inconsistency and unreliable infrastructure. In education, both countries are pushing for reforms. Rwanda's education system is structured and the government has prioritized STEM education and digital literacy. Nigeria, with its vast population, has more universities and higher enrollment numbers, but quality control remains an issue. Healthcare is another contrasting area. Rwanda has made tremendous progress in public health. Community-based insurance covers over 90% of the population, and maternal mortality rates have dropped significantly. Nigeria's healthcare system, meanwhile, suffers from neglect, underfunding, and a brain drain. Many Nigerian doctors emigrate due to poor working conditions. Although Nigeria has excellent private hospitals, they are unaffordable for the average citizen. Public hospitals are often overcrowded, under-equipped, and poorly managed. Transportation infrastructure also highlights the differences. Rwanda boasts organized public transport with clean and structured bus stops. Roads are well maintained. Nigeria, while investing heavily in road and rail infrastructure, has a long way to go. Traffic congestion in Lagos is infamous. Bad roads are common in rural areas. However, Nigeria's emerging tech-driven transport solutions like Bolt and Uber, as well as fintech solutions for ride-hailing, reflect its entrepreneurial spirit. Speaking of technology, Nigeria has emerged as Africa's Silicon Valley. Lagos is home to several tech unicorns like Flutterwave and Paystack. Rwanda is also investing in innovation with Kigali Innovation City and partnership with global tech firms. But Nigeria, with its large youth population and higher access to internet-enabled services, is scaling faster. Nonetheless, Rwanda's government support for tech and digital governance is drawing international praise. The cultural richness of Nigeria is unparalleled. With over 250 ethnic groups, music, dance, literature, and Hollywood cinema, Nigeria exports its culture globally. Rwanda, although less diverse, has a strong sense of national identity and unity, thanks in part to government-led efforts to downplay ethnic divisions after the genocide. Rwanda's culture is tightly knit with strong values on discipline, hospitality, and respect. One of Rwanda's strongest suits is security. Kigali is among the safest cities in Africa. Crime rates are low and police presence is professional and trusted. Nigeria, unfortunately, battles issues like kidnapping, banditry, terrorism in the northeast, and general insecurity. This makes foreign direct investment in Rwanda more attractive to some investors, despite Nigeria's larger market potential. Tourism in Rwanda has grown thanks to its mountain gorillas, clean environment, and organized ecotourism programs. The government's heavy investment in hospitality infrastructure is paying off. Nigeria, with beautiful destinations like Obudu, Yankari, and Lekki, still underperforms due to insecurity and lack of infrastructure. If Nigeria harnessed its full tourism potential, it could be a leader in Africa's hospitality sector. The youth population in both countries play a major role in shaping the future. Nigeria has one of the youngest populations in the world. This is both a blessing and a challenge. With proper education, job creation, and governance, Nigeria could harness a demographic dividend. Rwanda's youth are fewer but are being strategically nurtured through leadership programs and civic engagement. Environmental policies in Rwanda are strict. Tree planting, waste recycling, and water conservation are taught from a young age. Nigeria, on the other hand, struggles with deforestation, oil pollution in the Niger Delta, and poor urban planning. However, environmental awareness is rising among Nigerian youth, NGOs, and community leaders. Religious influence differs too. Nigeria is deeply religious, with Christianity and Islam dominating public life. Religion affects politics, education, and even daily routines. Rwanda, while religious, enforces a clear separation between religion and state policies. This allows for a more uniform implementation of development programs. When it comes to gender inclusion, Rwanda is a leader not just in Africa but globally. Over 60% of its parliament members are women. Gender equality is prioritized in education, leadership, and employment. Nigeria is still working on improving gender representation in politics and business. Social norms, cultural expectations, and religious doctrines still limit progress for many Nigerian women. Sport in Nigeria is dominated by football, with global stars emerging from local clubs. Rwanda is passionate about cycling and basketball. Nigeria's participation in international sport tournaments is higher, but Rwanda is steadily making its name, especially in East African competitions. In terms of diplomacy, both countries play vital roles in regional politics. The diaspora community of Nigerians is massive and influential. They send billions in remittances annually and are highly educated and entrepreneurial abroad. Rwanda has a smaller diaspora, but its government actively engages Rwandans abroad for development initiatives and national branding. Urban planning in Rwanda is futuristic and organized. Kigali's master plan aims at smart city status. Nigeria's urban growth has been largely unplanned with sprawling slums, poor drainage, and congestion. However, private cities like Eco Atlantic show potential for transformation. if governance and investment align. The legal and justice system in Rwanda is more efficient, partly due to its small size and government control. Nigeria's legal system, though democratic, is slow, with corruption and bureaucracy affecting judicial processes. Legal reforms are needed for Nigeria to deliver justice swiftly and fairly. The role of traditional rulers in Nigeria is still strong. Emirs, obas, and chiefs wield influence in local governance. Rwanda abolished traditional kingdoms and instead unified the country under a single national identity. This has helped foster national cohesion, though some argue it diluted local cultures. Corruption is a major issue in Nigeria and one of the biggest hindrances to development. Rwanda maintains a near zero tolerance policy on corruption, and public officials are held to high standards. Anti corruption agencies in Nigeria exist but are often seen as political tools. What can Rwanda learn from Nigeria? Scale, diversity, and the ability to influence continental politics. Nigeria's entrepreneurial energy, cultural exports, and economic strength are inspiring. What can Nigeria learn from Rwanda? Discipline, strategic planning, environmental consciousness, and national unity. So, in conclusion, both Rwanda and Nigeria represent different strengths in Africa. Rwanda is clean, safe, and orderly, a model of post-conflict transformation. Nigeria is bold, massive, and full of potential, a cultural and economic powerhouse. Africa can only grow stronger if these nations collaborate, share best practices, and continue striving toward excellence. If you found this video informative, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more African deep dives, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. What country comparison would you like us to explore next? Drop your thoughts in the comment below. We love hearing from you.